Hello! You may all let out a massive sigh of relief as I remain Richard. Does the channel remain New Memphis? Well, we don't keep that information on hand, but you'll have to just subscribe and find out. Let's not waste any more time and jump straight into 3 things I like about last week's project and 1 thing that I want to do better next time. I want to start out with that combination of blue and gold, and why would I start with that? I should start by opening my beer. That's just ridiculous. How could I possibly forget that? How? I mean, this is the most important thing. Now we can get started. With that combination of blue and gold, and why I think it works better on my model than it does on Games Workshop's standard version of this color combination, paint scheme, whatever. Blue and gold is a good combination, so props to Games Workshop for picking it. However, the paint job itself is very limited by the fact that they only put blue on either the cloaks or on very specific individual armor panels that don't allow the blue to really be present across the model. That's the very specific thing I wanted to fix with this. Using the blue as an undertone all over the model really allows that gold to pop and allows the colors to intermingle in a way they wouldn't otherwise. A way that you just can't if you're doing something that's trying to look as realistic as possible, which, you know, they're lightning-infused demons of order. Like, I feel like realism is not what we should be shooting for here. And of course, the blue helps my Stormcast not to end up looking like discount custodies. Overall, it shows the strength of abstract art, you know, versus trying to do this, I don't know, Instagram faux realism that I see in so much Warhammer painting these days. Being more willing to experiment with color and use more color is a good thing. Would love to normalize that across the board in Warhammer painting. That'd be amazing. Now let's move on to the second thing, and that's gotta be that magic hand, which looks incredible. With holding green on the rest of the model really allows that German extra dark green on the hand itself to pop. It's actually pretty similar to what we did with the Zangors a few months ago in their weapons. We put German extra dark green in between, I think it was reds and yellows, and then white, and then just had that as a buffer zone to really make the white really make it stand out, you know? And it worked well here. Not quite as vivid as a massive axe blade, but, you know, I think it turned out as well as it probably could have. Looking back, I do wonder if maybe like black red or some other version, like a mixed dark red, would have been better. Because having a dark red instead of a dark green as the buffer would have been more of a direct contrast against the blue undertones, and therefore might have made it look more foreign on the model itself. But then again, I don't know. It would look more at odds with the model itself, but there is red in other places, so maybe it wouldn't look foreign on the model. I don't know. I suppose it's one of those things we're never going to know unless we actually try it, which, who knows? Maybe we will. I got a few more mages to paint, and we still have like the really, really big model Indastra. The Celestial Spear, I believe is what she's called, and that's going to be like a 2 or 3 week project. I guess all I can say is I think this turned out really well, this specific paint choice, and I look forward to attempting to build on that technique. Third thing I liked has to be the staff. This is probably the only part of the model where you can actually see the inspiration I was taking, because I was trying to take inspiration from, of course, my favorite Total Warhammer character, Volkmar the Grim. And I look forward to playing as him once the new Empire DLC drops. After how many years getting to use the land ship? How many years? The central orb on that staff is also painted with German extra dark green, and then it has the circle of white. The flames themselves were so simple, and that's part of why I love them. It really makes that twin-tailed comet pop. It's literally just flat red, dots of clear orange at each of the bends, and then a dot of white along the outside and at the tips. That's it. That's all it took, and those flames look absolutely incredible. Good, and it's simple, and I like that. So let's move on to the one thing that I want to do better next time, is that you're gonna start typing as soon as I say this. I want to do a better job at not having nubs and mold lines. I know so many of you are excited right now. I have seen your comments, I promise. The truth is, and I guess I'm gonna get a little bit into my personal philosophy on miniatures and miniature painting. They're toys, man. They're plastic toys. They can look like toys. That's all I ever, that's how I see them when I'm building them. That's how I see them when I'm painting them. They're toys. They can just look like toys. And I think it's better to just embrace that than to try to make these crazy, detailed, everything's a gradient, everything is realistic. I don't know, I'd rather just have it be fun. I feel like early on when I was painting, I was doing a lot more, I was trying to follow the grimdark style really closely, and it just made me afraid of color. But that's not what this conversation is about. This is about nub marks and mold lines. The thing that I don't care about, but I should do a better job of that, because even if it doesn't bother me, it's still a net gain on the model. It still looks better factually to just not have these ugly nubs of plastic everywhere. So if I can do that simple fix, I should do that simple fix. I don't think it has to be any more complicated than that. Like, come on, Rich, you can do this, man. Keep it up. If you can make a simple change that makes your stuff look better, make the damn simple change. Anyway, that is all that I have for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I'm really gonna be trying to make sure I'm posting every day or close to it here on YouTube, which is gonna be a lot of work, but also I think a lot of fun. So I look forward to seeing you guys again. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you especially if you made it all the way to the end, and I will see you in the next one.